Welcome back to Rectory Rovers Sunday League football, and today Rectory take on Loughton Town in the third round of the County Cup. It's a massive game for Rectory. Loughton come to Eastbury Lane as league champions and having only lost once this season. It's Rectory Rovers versus Loughton Town, and it's live-ish.
This energy, good?
Just pulled up. East Woodbury, fuck me, that sun's bright.
Yeah, we're here. Are they ready for us?
Of course they ain't, right? Of course they ain't ready.
I can't see no
I
Loughton
don't
Town
know what I'm
coach.
feeling today, man, because we don't know the team. It's meant to be a big game. I think they won their league last year.
It's one of them ones.
I don't know, if the boys come out wanting it more, I mean, we could beat any team on our day, so...
I call it first come, first serve. We're here first, we get served first, alright?
Yeah, I like that, I like that. Yes.
We're good. Come on, boys, get kitted up. What's good? Big game, big game. Oh, in it?
Alright, these are different level. These are different to what we've had in the league. It's different to what we've had in the cup before. You have got to be on it. Yeah. Drive at them, attack them, play with courage today, be positive, think with intelligence, be creative. You get one shot at this today, boys, and if we have it, then you've got the chance to create something special, alright? Seriously, final, this is Colchester. If we want it more than these, we will win today, boys. Let's fucking have it.
The first part of today's video was filmed by Charlie Cooper on Snapchat. To follow the boys and behind the scene footage of Rectory Rovers across their journey this season in all competitions, get over to Snapchat, links in the description, and the snap code should be on your screen now. Up the Rectory. Let's get into the action then, and today's lineup we have Nathan Warren in goal, a back four, a Jack Val, Michael Adams, Bobby Arthur, Mark Simmons, midfield four for today's game, Eben, Zach, Alex and Jack Webb, and then up front, leading the line, we have Titch and Alfie Dancy. Up the Rectory. Now today's game was played on Remembrance Sunday, and as a mark of respect, both teams held a minute's silence before kick-off. Kick-off, and Alfie Dancy gets Rectory Rovers underway. Today I'm joined on commentary by the man with the ball at his feet now, Rectory Rovers number 6, Jack Val. Jack, how are you today, mate?
Very good, thank you, mate.
What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, I don't know, it's a big game for the boys, hopefully they can put it out the bag.
It's a massive game as Loughton Town look to build an attack, but that is cut out by the white cante Jack Webb. Mark Simmons here with a throw for Rectory, gives it to Titch, questionable throw. Titch plays it inside to Webb, but he is dispossessed. Now they look to hit Rectory on a counter. Attackers win your games, but defence wins your titles. Look at this for a tackle. Bobby Arthur, that's my centre back, Ginger Becker Val, and Val with a work rate to keep the ball on. Plays the ball and then he's taken out after. How did that one feel?
Not that great, mate, to be honest with you.
Man of many words. Throw in for Loughton as they look to take control in the early stages. Michael Adams sends it the other way. Eben looking to chase down, and he does win the ball. Does well there, Eben. And Mark Simmons looks to get going on a little mazy run from fullback, which he does ever so well. He's eventually dispossessed, and Loughton looks to knock the ball along the back. They've done this nicely during the early stages of the game, and we're looking to threat and play football in the right way. It's nice to see, but that pass is short and Eben dispossesses, but it's won instantly back by the number 11. Quality tackle. Midfielder gets his head up, finds a striker in space, takes a pot shot. Not a bad earth at early doors there, unlucky from Loughton. Rectory Rovers have recently signed a goalkeeper. His name is Nathan Warren. He's a big lad, but even more importantly, he's a quality goalkeeper. And Nathan takes a goal kick, looking to get Rectory underway. It's not one in the middle and it bounces through. Rectory looking to pounce on that. Titch and Zach pressing in numbers. Ball falls to Zach, who gives it back to Titch. Titch looking to create something, but he's being hustled down the line. Cuts back inside. Zach peels off into space. Gets a lovely ball into the box. It's Alfie Dancy. Misses Eben a touch and it would have been 1-0. Unfortunate from the boys, but it was a good attack.
Oi, Cal, so the smallest man on the pitch when headed.
He's 5'1" and Turkish. It's Titch. Plucked out the air by the goalkeeper. It's a good save. Good opportunity for Rectory that. Mark Simmons with a throw in again. Tries to find Eben. Eben's through on goal, gets the shot away, spilled by the keeper. Defender clears it onto Zachy Wheatley, and that's 1-0 Rectory Rovers. Early doors in this county clash. The crowd go wild, and you can see how much it means to the boys. Zachy Wheatley, well done for gambling. Rectory Rovers 1, Loughton Town 0. 1-0 down, and Loughton have a free kick, looking to get back into the game. The 19 whips it in. Alex Murphy with a quality defensive header away. That is big. And it goes out for a corner for Loughton. That corner is taken, but as I was saying before, Rectory Rovers assigned a goalkeeper. His name's Nathan. Nathan with a kick. Look at this for a kick. This is the sort of calibre we have signed. Releases Titch on goal. Keeper comes, gets nowhere near. Titch with a header. He dinks the keeper. It's Rectory Rovers 2, Loughton Town 0 in the County Cup third round. Val, what do you make of that from Nathan and Titch?
That is absolutely class. That is a massive goal for the Rovers.
Rectory Rovers 2, Loughton Town 0. 2-0 up, and Titch with a throw. Finds Eben. Looks to get a shot away. Gets absolutely sandwiched between both players there. Unbelievably not giving us a free kick. Stonewall in my opinion. No free kick, but it was given as a corner. Jack Webb whips it in and hits the post. Quite a poor corner, but it nearly worked out very well. And Loughton looked to mount a counter-attack. Number 10 gets his head up and looks to find their striker, but that's deal with the steam train, who is Jack Val. Knocks it back to Nathan, who's good with his feet. Gives it straight back to Jack, but look at this. Look at that. Can't buy that. Jack, what was you thinking there, mate?
Just composure, mate. Composure at the back.
Can't buy that sort of composure as Rectory looks to mount an attack. Eben finds Titch, but Titch ain't on the same wavelength and it goes out. Throw in for Loughton as they look to get back into this game. Jack, how do you think Rectory have done first half hour, mate?
Been class in this first half hour. Solid at the back like they are every week. And every time we go forward, like we're going to score another goal.
As Nathan collects the ball at his feet, he's got a superb range of kicking as he sends the ball long. It's missed by the midfielder, but it's collected by the defender who sends it the other way. But this one's collected by ours. His name's Bobby Arthur. Their 8 looks to get it down, but it's won by Jack Webb in the middle. He finds Dancy, who releases Titch with an unbelievable flick. It's Titch! As Titch's second of the game. It's Rectory Rovers 3, Loughton Town 0. Jack, what do you make of that goal to put Rectory Rovers 3-0 up?
Absolute class finish from the little Turkish delight there.
You can tell you're happy because you've just lifted him up off the floor. Rectory Rovers 3, Loughton Town 0. Loughton are 3-0 down in this game and looking for a way back into it as their goalkeeper takes a goal kick. Flicked on by Eben, but the wrong way, unfortunately. Their 8 does well to keep it in, but that's won well by Jack Fowl in the air there. Only as far as their midfielder who looks to carry the ball forward. It's flicked in. Play a lovely bit of football. Foul by Mark Simmons on the edge of the area. Loughton are appealing for a penalty, but I do think it is just on the edge. Rectory could have got away with one there, but it is a free kick for Loughton nevertheless. Free kick for Loughton as they have 2 men standing over the wall. But as I said before, we've signed a goalkeeper. His name's Nathan. And he gets that ball going ahead again. We've seen this before. Titch is taken out by the defender. No foul given. Looked like a direct repeat of the second goal, but it's not awarded as Dancy's pressed but then trips over his own feet. Ball lands at Eben's feet. Looks to create something yet again, but it's defended well. Cut out by Jack Webb, but only half cleared as the 19, who was one of their better players, carries the ball forward. Releases the winger, looks to get a ball into the box, skims off Jack's head, does just enough to put their striker off, and it goes out to Zach Wheatley, who wins a throw-in well for Rectory. Nothing comes of that throw, but a throw-in further down the pitch for Loughton as they look to get back into this game. Ball at Jack's feet, plays it to Zach. Zach gets his head up and switches the ball ever so well across the pitch. That man Eben again, looking to drive at their fullback. Releases Titch. Titch looking to give it him back. Tries to play a 1-2, but it don't come off. Ends up working his way across the pitch to Val! Oh, Jack, what was you thinking there?
I was hoping going to try and get it on target, but that was shocking.
Instead, it's a goal kick for Loughton as they send the ball long. Alex Murphy calls it and wins it. Loughton harassed so quickly by the boys, pressing as a pack. Eben not giving him a second and eventually gets the reward as he wins the ball. Unbelievable from Eben. If he scores this, it's down to work rate, but he cuts it across the box. Could have fallen to Dancy, but the defender does well to flick that over for him, and it goes for a Rectory corner. Nothing comes of that, but it's Loughton up the other end here. Over hit and clears everyone. Their player keeps it in though and looks to skin Alex Murphy. Gets a little nutmeg, but nothing comes of it, and Alex Murphy half clears. It's falling into the middle. Titch dropped deep. and wins the ball. Gets his head up, but it's still very scrappy at this stage, as no one can really get a hold of it until it falls to Titch, who finds Eben. Gets his head up and looks to switch it across the dance. He would have been through. It's an unreal interception by the defender. But look at that for work rate. Titch keeps that ball in, keeps the chance alive, gets the ball into the box. It's Alfie Dancy. How has he missed that? Free header. It would have been 4-0 and surely would have sent Rectory Rovers into the last 16 of the county cup. But Zach keeps it alive and gives it to Eben. Eben gets his head up, looks to dink the keeper. What an audacious effort. And it's turned behind for a corner. Unreal stuff from the boys. The whistle goes for half time, and that's Rectory Rovers 3, Loughton Town 0. Now at this point of the video, this is where we like to show love to our sponsor, MDM Entertainment and Events. All the links are in the description below. This is their new rebranding video. Without them, this wouldn't be possible, so check them out. Thank you. We rejoin the action in the second half. Rectory Rovers 3-0 up. Ball falls to Zach here. He looks to get a shot away. It's blocked well by the Loughton defender as they look to get back into this game. 18 looks to take Bobby on, but that's my centre back and you don't get no spare change off of Bobby. Gives it to Nathan, who plays the ball to Mark, but Mark's dispossessed with a high press and Loughton looks to get a shot off. Saved well by Nathan. Held as well. That's what we got here at Rectory. Here we join Zach Wheatley with the ball at his feet. Gets it to Alex Murphy, gets a lovely ball into the box, finds Eben, who releases Titch. Little bit over it, but Titch does well to keep it in. Falls to Eben, who looks to get a shot away, bounces awkwardly in front of the keeper. Falls to Alex Murphy, who gambled and headed home for his 9th goal of the season. That's Rectory Rovers 4, Loughton Town 0, and surely with that goal means Rectory Rovers will be in the hat for the last 16. Lovely from Alex. Now straight from kick-off. That is Rectory Rovers 4, Loughton Town 0, and they are looking to get back into this game. They did play some good football throughout, which must be said. But what happens next is quite boggling to me. Why have a liner if you're not going to use them? The ball's played down the wing, and it goes out. Our linesman gives it as a Rectory throw, but the ref overrules him. Gives it as a Loughton throw, and this happens. Baffles everyone. Defence don't see it, keeper don't see it, and suddenly Loughton are back in the game. 4-1. Straight after scoring, Loughton get a corner. They whip it in. It's tapped onto the bar by Nathan. Could have easily been 4-2. Loughton look to keep it alive. Get a shot away. It's blocked ever so well by Alex Murphy though. And it falls to Eben with an outrageous touch to pluck it from the air. And a foul is given, rightly so. Loughton looking to keep the pressure on as the goalkeeper takes a long kick. But it's won well by Jake Fox. And then collected by Alex, who releases Zach. And Rectory looks to get on their way here. Lovely through ball to Titch, leaves him one-on-one with the keeper. We see this every week. Squares it to Eben, and that makes it Rectory Rovers 5, Loughton Town 1. Brilliant counter-attack from the boys at a threatening period from Loughton, and that surely kills the game off. 5-1. Throwing for Loughton here on the far side as the ball drops again to their number 19, who was prominent throughout. Looks to play a lovely ball in, but yet again won by Bobby. And Jack Webb clears. Yet again, Eben's touch. Look at that. Nearly sets an attack off, but it does fall to Jack Renault. Coming back to fitness. Plays the ball to Titch, who gives it back to Eben. Gives it back to Jack. Look at this for football. Plays Eben again. Eben looks up. Finds Zach. 1-2. Back to Eben. Gives it to Jack Renault. Throwing for Loughton here again. 5-1 down. It's cleared well by Jake Fox. Loughton pluck it out though and look to mount something. Send the long ball forward. Won well though by our midfield. And Mark Simmons looks to set an attack. Finds Jack Renew, who's dropped deep. Titch peels off the defender and Jack finds him. It's Titch for his hat-trick. Chips the keeper. That's Titch's third goal of the game. Makes it Rectory Rovers 6, Loughton Town 1. And look at that for a celebration. Big game, big players, and Titch has stepped up today. Hat-trick from him. And that hat-trick marks the end of Titch's involvement in this game. I left this in here because he's getting a standing ovation. Round of applause from every person there. Unbelievable performance from him today. Hat-trick hero. Rectory Rovers 6, Loughton Town 1. 6-1 up and Rectory take a free kick. Michael Adams sending the ball long. Loughton deal with that quite comfortably though. As the number 16 looks to create. Plays it back to the defender who just lumps the ball long. To be fair to say, their heads dropped at this point. I don't think they was expecting the game that Rectory give to them today. But anyway, some of them kept going. And that is picked up by Shay, who finds Eben. Gets his head up and finds Jack Renault on the edge. Is he going to get a shot away? Finds Zach. Does well to get the shot away, and that could have been 7. Unlucky. Corner here for Rectory. Whipped in well by Zach Wheatley. Finds Jake Fox. Defended off the line. Falls to Eben, who gets his second of the game and thoroughly deserved after the performance he's put in. That makes it Rectory Rovers 7, Loughton Town 1. It's fair to say we weren't expecting this today. 7-1 up here, and Nathan playing the ball out of the back to Jake. Jake looking to take their midfield on. Gives it to Webb, who's dispossessed. Can Loughton create something? They kept going at 7-1 down, but Jake Fox is looking for his EpiPen here as he sold a pack of nuts. Lovely 1-2 from their fullback. Look at this for a finish. 7-1 down, but you've got to give it that. He's an absolute screamer. Fair play to the lad. Loughton Town 2 as they get underway again here. The ball sent over to Jack Vales back on the pitch. Gives it to Mike, but the referee blows the full-time whistle. That's Rectory Rovers 7, Loughton Town 2, and Rectory Rovers are in the last 16 in the County Cup. If you enjoyed what you saw today, then head on over and check Rectory Rovers out on Facebook, Snapchat and Instagram. This should all be on your screen right about now. All the links in the description also. But also a shout out to our sponsors MDM Entertainment and Events, and also Concept Dog, who provide all of our graphics. They can also be found in the description below. Massive love to them. And also to Georgina Townsend, who does all of our video production. Diamond of a girl, and her link can be found in the description also. Subscribe, like and share, and until next time, up the